Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. Release Baseball is back and looking for redemption. Forced Ohio Mancuso looking to get off to a hot start here at the Zips Invite. It's the Battle of Wills in game number 4. Forced Ohio and Release Baseball up next on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back jacks for KSU Tuscarawas. Needs a point, and it's alive. Hanson pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Good afternoon once again from Skeeles Field on the campus of Akron University. Game 4 of 5 today sees Release Baseball taking on Force Ohio Mancuso. I am Nathan Smee on the call for you live on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Should be a good battle here between two teams looking to get their first win at this competition. Release 0-1 entering this game as they lost earlier 6-3 against the Wow Factor. Force Mancuso, this is their first game of the competition. This is their only game of the day. So it's boom or bust for them in the number 4 game slot of today. They will have a doubleheader at a later date in this competition, but today is not that day. And from here on out, once you see a team, we will not see them again. Our 3 teams with doubleheaders after this game will be done for the day. First pitch is upstairs at 3:20, and we are off to the races. Force Ohio versus Release. This has the makings to be a good game. It just really depends on the pitching, and that is going to be something to highlight in this game. If both pitchers are going to be on point, then there's a very good chance that we are going to see a low-scoring game. If the pitching gets away from both arms, then we're going to have a slugfest on hand. 3-0 count to begin the at-bat on Zach Anderson. Anderson just finished up his sophomore campaign at Twinsburg. The 3-0 is going to hit upstairs for strike 1. On the mound of this game for Release Ohio, or Release Baseball, it is Riley Verteber, the rising junior at Lakewood. The 3-1 is in there as well. Now 3-2 the count. I believe we saw Verteber warming up during game number 1, but in the end it was his fellow Lakewood Ranger Comer who came on. Verteber's payoff pitch fouled back by Anderson. The big impact of Riley Verteber, though, in that game was a 2-run homer over the right field fence. At the time, that gave Release a 3-1 lead, but in the end, they could not hold on. Verteber's payoff again. Strike 3 looking on the outside edge, and there is out number 1. Excellent recovery by Riley Verteber. 3-0 start, but in the end, brings it back and is able to win the opening battle. We're going to watch this one back. Excellent execution from Riley on the mound. Does a great job battling through the foul balls before finally sneaking one by, gets the stare down, and gets the punch out. As Mamoni steps in, he'll take a first pitch ball. Not the first CVCA Royal rostered today, but he is the first one playing, as that is where he finished up his sophomore year. Hard ball thrown to first in time for out number 2. Nice charge over at third by Shepard. 2 up, 2 quick outs to begin the game, and that'll bring in Kyle Anello. Anello, wearing number 7, just finished up his sophomore season at Twinsburg. A lot of Twinsburg and Aurora flair on this squad. Fly ball sent to the right side and foul. Count now 0-1. In the bottom of the inning, it's Barman, Copeland, and Verteber getting things underway offensively for Release. And their goal is to get a whole host of runs. The 0-1 is going to miss, up and out 1-1. We did have some rain earlier on today, but not for long. And the hope is that it will hold off until we're done. Good crank into right field, still going back. It is going to one-hop off of the wall. Anello is cruising into second base, and that is where he will hold up. A big 2-out double for the third baseman. That is one powerful way to get your first hit of the game. Force Ohio's offense in business. The question is, can they bring Anello around? And just given the sheer power, it looked like it was going to be a fly out, but the ball with a little bit of wind behind it kept carrying and carrying. Anello in scoring position for Mario Mancuso. First pitch, Mancuso misses low for ball 1. Mario, wearing number 25, just finished up his sophomore season for the Bees of Brecksville, Broadview Heights. Verteber checks on his runner. And now time called by Mancuso. With a 2-up, 2-down start, the Release defense started to get comfortable. In the end, a bit too comfortable. But forced Ohio a chance to take an early lead. The 1-0 upstairs for ball 2. In the on-deck circle after Mancuso, it is James Ozinga, who is the starting catcher. No damage done yet, but force definitely close. Here comes the 2-0, and it is going to miss again for ball 3. Second 3-0 count of the day for Verteber. The pitch. That one is going to hit the outside edge for strike 1. Looking at this Release defense, Verteber on the mound, Cotton behind the dish, Knapp at first, Legato at second, Copeland at short, Shepard at third. Then from left to right in the outfield, it is Losi, Addington, and Barman. 3-1 is going to be called a strike. Now 3-2 the count. Mancuso played his hand, tossed the bat, thinking it was ball 4. In the end, he will have to try it again. And usually when that happens, that means the strike zone gets a little bit bigger. So he is going to have to protect. Based on where he's standing, I think Verteber might bring some heat inside. Instead, goes off the plate. He misses, and it is ball 4, a pitch later than Mancuso thought. 2 up, 2 down to begin. 2 on with 2 down. Now the scenario as Ozinga steps in. James Ozinga, wearing number 4, just finished up his junior season over on the east side at Riverside. This could be a spot to see a double steal. Just depends on how much they trust the speed and as well how much they don't trust the arm of the catcher. First pitch is going to hit for strike 1. I think right now, based on the way this game has gone early on, you don't steal here. You don't steal. You just let the offense roll naturally. Good crack into right field. Tracked down, though, and caught. Side retired. Excellent work by the defense after allowing 2 runners to reach with 2 down. It's Barman in the end getting the final out in right, and that will conclude the top of the first inning. Middle of 1 in the heart of Akron. No score on SmeeSports. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. The wind is starting to pick back up as we begin the bottom of the first inning. No score on SmeeSports. Release baseball allowed 2 runners to get on with 2 down, but no damage done in the end. On the mound for Force in this game, it is number 19, Henry Fritz, the rising junior at Solon High School. The pitch, gonna miss upstairs for ball 2. It's Finn Barman, Jason Copeland, and Riley Verteber, 1, 2, and 3, set to hit this inning for release. Fritz is 2-0. In the zone now, 2-1. A lot of balls thrown so far by Fritz and Verteber combined, albeit Fritz has 2 through 3 pitches. Here comes the 2-1 offering. Good crack into left center field, but tracked down and caught for out number 1. Nice work out and left by J.J. Pytash. If there's anybody on this Force active roster in the outfield that is going to understand this field, it is J.J. Pytash. This is his home field during the high school season as he played for the Fighting Irish of St. Vincent St. Mary. His teammate at second base, Ian Boykin, also plays for St. V's as well. First pitch to Copeland is inside for ball 1. And speaking on St. V's, we get to see one more Fighting Irish player later on today as Will Tober and Force Cruz takes on the T3 Warhawks. The 1-0 in there now, 1-1. But Jason Copeland wearing number 3 in the batter's box now. Just finished up his sophomore campaign at Wadsworth. The 1-1 grounded up the middle towards short, and it is going to get through into center field. It is a 1-out base knock for Jason Copeland. Nice piece of hitting, just snuck it past the outstretched shortstop Mamoni. And that'll now set up Riley Verderer with a chance to hit his second 2-run homer of the day. Plenty of power last game, and if there's anybody who can help him out offensively before going back out on defense, right now it's himself. Verderer takes down low in the zone for strike 1. And I think after that home run, Verteber wants to see that exact pitch again. He has been a little bit more selective. When he needs to drive the ball, though, he will. Fritz is 0-1. Backs him out slightly, now 1-1. Vertebrate coming in 6'5", 229 in the last competition, which was the PBR Mid-American Classic. He posted a .533 average, 667 on base with a total of 10 RBIs. Vertebrate fouls that one away, now 1-2 the count. And during the high school season, he was a key figure in Lakewood's rotation that saw them make it all the way to regionals. I believe they ended up bowing out in the regional finals to Walsh Jesuit after taking down a very, very talented squad in the semifinals. And that squad was North Canton Hoover. The 1-2. Vertebrate chops it lightly foul, and that is going to be off the catcher Ozinga, and he is in pain. And he is going to take a second to stretch. Caught him awkwardly. His coach is going to go check on him behind the dish. In the meantime, our next game, once again, is at 5:30 today. Our final one of 5 this morning, afternoon, and then evening, as it is going to be the T3 Warhawks taking on Force Ohio Crews. Then on Sunday, I believe the plan is to be back here for 4 games, the 15U and the 16U Zips Invite Championship games. Then next week on Tuesday, we will be at Lakewood High School for a 6 p.m. first pitch. It is going to be the 2025 16U Diamond League Championship game. Wednesday is a to-be-determined kind of day. I believe our goal is to be at Schoonover Stadium for some Kent State and Akron Open baseball. Then on Thursday, still up in the air, probably going to be a later start. I believe we are going to probably be unofficially at Massillon Jackson, as that'll be for the NABF World Series. Friday and Saturday could also see some pool play. Sunday next week, we will be at wherever the championships are being held for the NABF World Series, either the 16U or the 18U division. We will find out those locations very soon once the schedule is officially made up. The 1-2 upstairs for ball 2. I'm good to see that Ozinga is okay. I was talking to John Mengelkamp, who is the owner of the Diamond League OPL and WRCL, who also now is in charge of the NABF World Series. He said expect the schedule this weekend. The 2-2, swing and a miss from Vertebrate, and there is out number 2. First strikeout of the day for Henry Fritz. And with 2 down, that'll see Mason Knapp, the first baseman, step in. Knapp entering his junior season in Elyria at Elyria Catholic. And he is looking to revitalize that squad as they were just in a rebuilding year. Knapp fouls that one away towards the softball diamond, 0-1 the count. But going back to the Mid-American Classic with PBR, a .444 average, a .524 on-base percentage with 8 hits. He was really great over at first base for the squad, and that is a big reason why he was able to help them win it in the end. A couple other guys did some big things, such as Copeland. Copeland with a single. He batted .778 in that competition, which, reading that aloud, does not even seem real for one tournament. And then Finn Barman, .591 average in that tournament. He ended up winning the championship game MVP. Ground ball, shot foul to the right side, now 0-2. Entering today, Release Dick had a 12-8 record. Winners of 7 straight games, but that win streak was put to an end by the Wow Factor. And Wow Factor, they really earned that win from start to finish. Fritz sets up for the 0-2. It is going to skip behind, and that is going to put Copeland in scoring position. Good work in the box by Knapp to take that one. After Mason, it goes to Ryan Shepard, the third baseman. Count now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Opening run in scoring position for Release. Fritz taking some extra time before finally stepping off of the rubber. And he is going to get greeted by Ozinga on the mound for a slight powwow. Couple of gaps in this first inning. Both teams able to get a runner into scoring position. Not a bad start for both squads. And looking at that key battle of the pitching, both pitchers have been solid so far, but we're looking to see them be a little bit better. And we know they both have that capability. We want to see it in a large sample size through 5 or 6 innings in this game, and I think we're going to get that at some point. The 1-2. It is in there for strike 3 looking, and the side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts for Henry Fritz retires the side. End of 1 in Akron. Force 0, release 0, your score on the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier. JJ Pytash steps in to begin the top of the second inning. A homecoming for JJ and Ian Boykin in this game. Both players once again playing for St. Ve's at the high school level. They just finished up year number 2 with Skeeles Field as their home diamond. Pytash chops it over to the left side, picks up at third. What a throw to 1, but it is going to be not in time. Still an excellent effort over at third base. Shepard did more than enough to give a good effort, but it'll still be an infield single for Pytash. And that is the definition of giving it your all for your team. The full spin, the full works, everything there. And you look at Shepard, you look next to his name on the roster, sophomore at St. Ed's. You see that St. Ed's designation and you understand where that effort comes from. When you see them, you see Ignatius, you see those programs listed, you just expect to see pedigree, and there it is on display. 0-1 the count on Ryder Gabanier, the designated hitter. Now time called. Gabanier, now a rising junior, just finished off his sophomore campaign at Walsh. Bounced in but blocked. 1-1 the count. Nice stop behind the dish by Cotton. Blocking is going to be a big deal in this game. Didn't see Cotton in game number 1, but now we get to see the rising junior at Norwayne display his great defensive ability. The 1-1, a bit off the plate to the right, now 2-1. Once again, the dark clouds are starting to roll back in. They have been coming and going since around 11:30 today. Ground ball left side once again, scooped up at short. No play anywhere. It is back-to-back infield singles. Nice pickup by the shortstop, Copeland. Just like the last one, nowhere to go with the ball. You can make a great acrobatic play in the infield. You just need to have enough time to throw the ball. That time he didn't, but it's better than the alternative of 2 balls going into the outfield. And then from there, an extra base could easily be added on, and this could be a different game. And still a chance this can be a different game. Schobert trying to put force on the board in the second inning. He will bunt it down the line, but foul. I do like this approach from Force Ohio. They know the talent on this release baseball squad. They know they need to score runs no matter what it costs. Getting a bunt down, 2 lead runners are safe, the last trail out. Second and third, 1 down. That's not a bad spot to be. Now, do they do it again? I don't really know. I would expect a swing, but I wouldn't be surprised if he showed bunt. He will bunt, but pulls it back. Now 1-1 the count. It's always a tough decision. You show it once, they're ready for it. Do you do it again? That's always a tough choice. You know what you want to execute, but the more and more you show bunt, the less and less likely you can get the play you want. The 1-1 pullback once again for ball 2. In the on-deck circle after Schobert, it would go to Jack Perkins. Looking at Schobert, who is the EH, just finished up his sophomore campaign at Twinsburg. Bunt shown, the 2-1. Pulled back as it misses off the plate for ball 3. Going back to 2024, Twinsburg was the great feel-good story, but still the heartbreaking story of OHSAA baseball. They lost in the state championship game to a very talented Mason squad, but that was all for their head coach who passed away earlier on in the year, and they really made him proud. 3-1 is off the plate for ball 4, and that will load up the bases for Jack Perkins. A great spot to be with nobody out. And I would not be surprised to see a mound visit here, whether it be called by coach or called behind the dish. Cotton is content, and so is coach, it appears. Bases loaded, nobody out. It is the rising junior Jack Perkins stepping in. The lefty swings and misses, 0-1 the count. Assuming the Perkins name does translate over, his older brother Luke is heading off to Mount Union in the fall. That, though, unconfirmed. I do assume that is correct, but still have to double check on that info. Fly ball sent foul. Now 0-2 the counts. After Perkins, it's Kimmel in the 10, Boykin in the 11, and then back to the top of the order we go. It's an 0-2 count on Perkins. Runs inside, skips behind, and Force Ohio is going to strike first on a pass ball. Pytash, the Fighting Irishman, able to trot on in. He's used to that. And it is Force Mancuso with an early lead and still the prospect to bring in a couple more. Bring in 3 runs this inning. I would say that would be a very good success for this Force squad. The 1-2 bounces low but blocked by Cotton. Count now 2-2. A very good work by the offense, able to load up the bases. Pytash on a pass ball, easily able to take home. Perkins chops it down the right field line, but it is going to go foul. Had the right idea, but just couldn't get it over the line. Once again, I mentioned it in a couple of broadcasts today. Thank you to Akron University for allowing us to use the press box here at Skeeles Field. Given the rain and the prospect for more, we really do appreciate having the cover and as well the ability to enjoy this beautiful venue. Here comes the 2-2. Good crack by Perkins. Down the line in right. It is going to be down and going for extra bases. It is going to stay just in play, and it is going to go down as a double. Almost got over the side fence. In the end, it is a traditional 2 RBI double, and that'll make it a 3-0 ball game. Excellent work by Perkins. Finally straightens one out. And now he stands at second base. Still nobody out in the inning. And that'll set up Kimmel. But a big potential turning point in this game in favor of Force Mancuso. Swing and a miss, 0-1 the count. But this is kind of what we saw from them against the Erie Steelheads. Offense in one contained inning. They just kept hitting powerful hits and shrewd base running. This is what we want to see from this Force squad. But just like so many teams today, can the offense escape its container of one inning? That was the concern with the Mash Factory, and that was a valid concern. 80% of the runs were scored in one inning, and that game went a lot longer than it should have, as I believe the final was 10-6. The 0-2 misses up and out for ball 1. Then going back to game number 1, the Wow Factor, they scored a lot in the first inning, up by 5. Then inning number 2, they scored 7, so there was a lot less to be left up to the imagination from there. The 1-2, swing and a miss, and there is out number 1 at long last. As well, that is strikeout number 2 today, recorded by Verteber. And going back to the Wow Factor, their head coach still here taking in these games, except to get food. He has not left, and his team has not played since around 12:30. He's scouting the opponents. He's trying to understand what he has to go up against, and that is one of the things that makes that Wow Factor program so dangerous. First pitch to Boykin is in for a strike, 0-1 the count. As I mentioned with Pytash and his at-bats, Boykin, the other end of the St. V's duo on this Force squad. Boykin takes, once again, it's a strikeout too. But St. Vincent St. Mary baseball has been tremendous over the past 2 years. The job that Coach Shepard has done, it can never be understated. It is just really great what he has done for that group, and he has revitalized the program. 0-2 off the plate for ball one. From a group that ended right around that 7-15 range in 2023, left in some scandals and all of that, to a group that is constantly contending for a regional title, impressive. The 1-2 upstairs, now 2-2. And keep in mind, he lost some big pieces heading into his tenure, and even after losing the likes of Devon Lehman, he still had a great year this year, and it was even better than 2024. The 2-2 to Boykin. Fly ball sent off to the right. It has a chance to get down, and it will, but in foul territory. Good poke from Boykin. Put it in a good competitive spot, but not enough to get it to fall. As well, it does appear some players from Force Ohio Crews are making their way to St. V's home field of Skeeles Field as they are getting ready to go for their game at 5:30. And that'll wrap up day number 1 of the Zips Invite, once again hosted by a couple Akron schools, but namely Akron University. Here comes the 2-2 from Verteber. Foul back again. I don't think it was a matchup this year and won't be in the state playoffs, but I would love to see Lakewood take on St. Vincent St. Mary. I feel like that would be one of the best games that you'd see all year. Both very well matched. And here is a preview of what it would look like. The 2-2 again, shot foul, and Boykin will see it again. What a battle from Ian Boykin. Didn't get the most game time on varsity this past year, but if he can be a greedy guy like this in his junior campaign, I think he's going to be a breakout candidate. 2-2. That time it hits the outside edge for strike 3 looking. Verteber wins the war for out number 2. It is back-to-back strikeouts for the rising junior at Lakewood. Back to the top of the order we go now, as it'll be Zach Anderson back in. Anderson led off the game as he struck out looking. First pitch skips behind. Cotton unable to track it, and that is going to put run number 4 90 feet away. It is Perkins over at third for Force Ohio. Looking ahead to the bottom of the inning, we are going to see Shepard, Legato, and Cotton 5, 6, and 7 hitting for release. The 1-0 driven down the right field line. It is going to go into the corner, just like Perkins hits. It is an extra base knock. He is going to third, and he is going to hold up there. It is a massive RBI triple for Zach Anderson. Down the right field line it goes. A scorcher, and it gets the job done. Perfectly placed, albeit with a little bit of help from the wall, kind of similar to the walk-off inside the park homer we saw at Oracle earlier this week. But once again, this Force Ohio offense in this one inning is dominating. We still have to know, can they do it again, or is this an isolated incident, flash in the pan, whatever you want to say. 0-2 count on Mamoni, who grounded out his first time up. But a chance to make it 5-0 as well. The pitch bounced in. Cotton able to keep it close as it falls underneath him for ball 1. Cotton has had a couple of nice blocks so far in this game. A lot of work behind the dish, but that's not a bad thing, as this is where you put in the work to get better for your eventual high school season. There is strike 3, and the side is retired. Verteber gets his 4th punch out of the game, and the inning is over. Force Ohio strikes first. They strike 4 times in the top of the 2nd inning. Middle of 2 at Skeeles Field. This game belongs to Force, but it is Release's deadly offense looking to strike in response when we return. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com
or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Release Baseball looks to respond in the bottom of the second inning. 4-0 your score. Force Ohio in control early of this contest. Good crack down the left field line. It is going to be tracked down and caught for out number one. Another nice put out in left from J.J. Pytash. In the first inning, he earned out number one in left on a fly ball. Does the same exact thing in the bottom of the second. With one down, that'll bring in Luke Legato, the second baseman. Legato just finished up his sophomore campaign of high school over at St. Ed's. And he looks to be another dangerous starter over the next couple of years for the Eagles. Good crack to the left side. This time it sneaks through and down into left field. It's a one-out single for Luke Legato. And the game script is the same exact as the last inning. Line out / fly out to left, and then a base hit. If that trend does continue, this would be a strikeout from Cotton. But Cotton does not want that fate. He wants to break the chain here. And so does Force. They want to get a double play potentially. And he will break the chain. It's a deep fly ball to right center field. It is caught for out number two. Excellent speed out in right from Perkins. And that is a tremendous play. Far from a guarantee out in right. Had to run a fair distance to get there, but got it in the end. He had that big hit back in the top of the inning. A 2 RBI double. And now he has a big put out in right. With two down, Ryan Ziegler, the rising junior at Aurora, steps in. And in the meantime, Finn Barman appears to be heading on off to the bullpen for release. He is going to go warm up. Don't know if we're going to see him put in immediately. I think Verteber has at least one more inning to work unless he allows a couple more runs. It's going to be a tough decision if you keep him in or not. Fritz sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Now 1-1 the counts. And if Ziegler gets on, it would go then to the number 9 hitter. And that would be Andrew Losi. Fritz is 1-1. Right down Broadway. 1-2 the counts. In the last frame, I challenged him to step up a little bit more. Already 2 strikeouts today. And he is really starting to ramp it up here, albeit with 2 hits allowed so far. A chance to get out of the inning here with another strikeout. The 1-2, wave and a miss. It's a beautiful offering from Fritz, and the side is retired. Third strikeout of the day for the starter of Force, and the inning is over. We will check that one out again. It looks like a breaking ball of some kind from what we saw preliminarily. We will give it a second look to see exactly what kind of pitch it was. You'll see here, yeah, I would say that could also be a changeup depending on if it's more breaking downward or more to the side. Either way, it's an excellent pitch and an excellent way to get out of the inning. Force Ohio leaves their stamp on the second. Through 2, it is the visitors in control of 4-0 on release. Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Welcome back to Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron. 4-0 your score forced Ohio on top of release. As expected, it is Verteber remaining in the game on the mound. In the bullpen, it is still going to be Barman warming up. Barman was in right. We will look to see who is his replacement for the time being. 1-1 the count on Anello as we have 3, 4, and 5 set to hit for Force in the frame. Ground ball to the right side. It is through into right field for a leadoff single. Anello now 2 for 2 on the day. And a beautiful cut, no less. That is what you want to see from your leadoff hitter, no matter the frame. The ability to get out, whether it be walk, hit by a pitch, bunt, single, you name it. You want your leadoff man aboard every time. And with hits like that, Anello is becoming a very reliable option at the top of the order to do just that. First pitch is going to miss for ball 1. Mancuso back in 0 for 0 in the game as he walked his last time up. Remember at first, nobody out. Verteber's pitch, wave and a miss. Now 1-1 the count. Nice elevated fastball from Verteber attacking the upper portion of the strike zone. Still yet to really establish what the true zone is in this game, but I'm sure as it goes on, we will start to see it outlined. Wave and a miss, now 1-2. And a big reason why we really haven't outlined the official strike zone in this game yet is because, well, we've had a lot of swings. And that really takes the guesswork out of it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Verteber throws back to 1. More of a warning shot than anything. In the on-deck circle after Mancuso, it is James Ozinga. The 1-2, down to the dirt, blocked. Runner will go, throw down to second is there, but the tag is not in time. It was right there on the money on the 1-hop, but Anello just beats it out. And that'll put run number 5 in scoring position. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Verteber sets and fires. Ground ball right side, scoops up at second. Throw to 1 in time for out number 1. Nice simple put out from Luke Legato. That'll move run number 5 up to third. So a productive out for Mario Mancuso. Now James Ozinga steps in. Something I did want to talk about in this broadcast is the new change made by the NFHS for high school baseball. You have to have double bags now at first, which is going to be a big change. The reason why is for player safety, and for those unfamiliar, think of the bag you have right now. We'll put it up on the screen right now. Put an extra bag on the right side for the runner. That's all it is. Is it an interesting rule? Yes. Is it needed for player safety? I could say yes. We've seen a couple of collisions this summer already at first. It's a tough decision to make, but I think they got it right. The 0-2, weak tip foul. But I'm sure there's going to be a lot of contention. Still 1 year left to go without it, as it will be implemented in 2027. Yes, only 1 season left before that's implemented. It's crazy to think that in 2025, in 2 seasons, it's 2027. The 0-2 again, down low for ball 1. But I'm sure a lot of people will have some comments to make about it. And once we actually see it in use in 2027, then that could really become a point of change. We've seen a lot of player safety initiatives across all sports. Baseball finally joining on. Another hard hit ball foul. The only really big player safety initiative is more fan safety, as the nettings were extended a little bit more at some major league ballparks. 1-2 count on the lefty, Ozinga. In the on-deck circle, it is J.J. Pytash. 1-2 count, 1 down in the top of the third. Verteber's pitch. Once again, it is going to go foul. Excellent fight from Ozinga. And if this Force Mancuso squad can battle like this down the stretch, there's a good chance that they can steal a win off of this release squad. The 1-2 one more time. It is off the plate in the other batter's box. Now 2-2 the count. Good eye from Ozinga. He's been aggressive so far. He's wanted to swing at pitches like that, but he holds off. Once again, leaves it, and we are full. To see a guy go from attack mode to patient mode, it is really impressive when it is done right, and that is what we are seeing from Ozinga during this at-bat. Even if he is out, it is a valiant effort and a great battle. But he will not be out. He will walk. Ozinga's fight pays off. That'll put runners at the corners with one down. And that is the definition of a quality at-bat. And he is going to be relieved of his duties over at first for a courtesy runner, which is Mancuso. 2 on, 1 down. Pytash steps in. 1 for 1 in this game with an infield single. And a chance to drive in a run on his home diamond. First pitch, a tad high, 1-0. The action has stopped in the bullpen. And looking on over into the dugout, it appears that the head coach of release has Barman on his hip, which means he should be ready to come in. And if there is one more runner put on, we will see that change. I don't think we're going to see a mound visit or anything along those lines. Based on the body language, he's coming in. And I think Verteber knows it now. The 2-0, right down Broadway for strike one. Great response from Verteber. He needed a strike. He needed something to get back in this at-bat. Still a chance to battle, but Force Ohio still in control. Here comes the 2-1. Fouled into the netting now, 2-2. And that'll make things interesting. Ground ball up the middle does have the potential to be a double play, keep in mind. And Pytash has to be careful of that as well. But at the same time, anything off of the sides, especially that right side, which we've seen a lot of success there, and it would be 5-0. Verteber, knowing this could be his final pitch of the game, steps off. Needs a strikeout here. And even that might not be enough to keep him in. Runner goes 2-2. It is low for ball 3. We are full. And on the indifference, that'll put a second runner in scoring position. Nice work by Mancuso. And also that gets rid of the double play ball. Here comes Verteber's payoff. It is in there for strike 3 looking. And that is a big second out. Strikeout number 5 today from Riley Verteber. And his fight is not done yet. Now Ryder Gabanier, the DH, steps in. A single his first time up. Just like Pytash, it was an infield single. Just no play anywhere. Verteber misses a hair above the zone. 1-0. Looking at the time right now, we are just over 40 minutes into this ball game. The 1-0 connects on the top right now. 1-1 the count. And as the skies continue to darken, the hope is to get this game in and then the next one. But we shall see what ends up happening. The 1-1 upstairs for ball 2. For the most part, according to the radar, the Storms have stayed in Cuyahoga Falls and Talmadge. But all it takes is one cycle to trickle down, and that changes it. But this is a turf field which does give us some extra hope. And albeit we've seen it here on the channel, we played in snow, so we'll see what ends up happening. And when I say snow, I mean you can barely see out the window. You can barely see the diamond kind of snow. We played in that here. And that game was something we're always going to refer to on the channel as the most obscure game of all time. The St. V's fans at home, they understand exactly which game it was. And so do the Alliance fans for that matter. Here comes the 3-1. Ground ball left side, through into left. That will bring in 1, now 2. It is a 2 RBI single from Ryder Gabanier. And that'll make it a 6-0 game in favor of Force. Beautiful swing, and that is potentially going to do it for Verteber. Time called, and we are going to have a mound visit, and the infield will come in as well. But a beautiful swing from Gabanier. Now 2 for 2 on the day. That is stepping up to the plate in a big moment. Right now, 3-1 count. He didn't need to be aggressive. He wanted the runs. They come in. And once again, going back to the question I asked, would the offense be contained to one inning, or can they do it across multiple frames? They can do it across multiple frames. They've proven it here. That is what we wanted to know about this Ohio Mancuso squad, and they have answered our question with a very satisfactory answer. Wave and a miss, 0-1. It is Zach Schober back in, 0 for 0 in this game with a walk. And once again, Vertebrate, I think, just finishing out this inning and could finish out the game now. Nice block behind the dish. Now 1-1 the count. If this result holds, one of the early favorites would then be 0-2. Heading in, once again, I even said it in that broadcast, the wow factor and release game, that was potentially the battle of the 1 and 2 seeds. But right now, if release gets in, they would need some help. And Ohio Mancuso, they look like they belong as the number 2 team. A hard pitch inside, now 2-1. If this result does hold as well, I think Force Ohio, from what we've seen today, we've seen a lot of teams. We still have to see 2 more. We still have to see Force Cruz and T3. So not to discredit them, I think Force is your number 2 team. Number 1, I think, still is going to be the wow factor, and I think they are going to continue with that sentiment. They have been great, and they have the firepower to do so. Ground ball hit towards short. Throw to 2 is in time, and the side is retired on the fielder's choice. But Ryder Gabanier does the job for Force, brings in 2 runs, and that is enough to further establish the cushion for Force Ohio. Middle of 3 here at Skeeles Field. Force 6, Release 0. Your score on SmeeSports.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say first, all glory to God. Without him, I am nothing.
Power the shove. Neighbor Nation, we will see you on Saturday afternoon. Riley Meister gets the point.
Back into left field. Say goodnight to that baseball.
This is another one. It's back to back Jags for KSU Tuscarawas. He's the point, and it's alive. Hansen pushes it over. Unbelievable. We play on. It's blocked. We're tied. We're tied. Unbelievable.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013.
Bottom 3 at Skeeles Field on the campus of the University of Akron. Force Ohio in the driver's seat, up 6-0 on release. For the home team, it is going to be 9-10-1 hitting this frame. And they are going to need a whole host of offense. First pitch is going to be out, 1-0. So far, Henry Fritz, 3 strikeouts through 2 innings of work. It is Andrew Losi in the box. He is now a rising junior over at Rocky River. The squad, a lot of Cleveland and more East Side representation. One of the few guys representing the West. You have the Lakewood duo plus him, but otherwise a lot of more East Side and even further west into Lorain County. But kind of a smaller cell of the CWC schools on that side. But once again, a very good balance all the way around for this release squad. They have a lot of great talent from a lot of different places. And same with this Force squad, a lot of your, I believe, suburban league schools, Aurora, Twinsburg, Brecksville's in there, Homestead Falls, St. V is their non-conference, CVCA, North Coast. The pitch, wave and a miss, and there is out number 1. Losi unable to connect, and that will be the 4th strikeout of the game for Fritz. 1 up, 1 down. This defense for Force has been great. This has been a fun game for them. They have played a more relaxed style of baseball, and that has given them this good lead against a very good team. don't get it twisted. This Release squad has one of the best offenses that you will see at this level. Today just has not been their day. And that happens a lot in the game of baseball. We saw the Cleveland Guardians lose, I believe, 10 games straight to then turn around and sweep the Astros. Any given day, a couple bounces go against you or go for you, and the result changes. Here comes the 1-1. Misses low for ball 2. Once again, stick with us after this game. One more contest before we head on home. It is Force Ohio Crews taking on the T3 Warhawks. And once this game goes final and after we have our final commercial break, make sure you stay with us as we will have our player of the game presentation brought to you by CrossFit Strongsville. Here comes the 3-1. It is going to connect on the outside edge for strike 2, and we are full. Will Addington in the 10 slot, the center fielder for this Release squad. He plays his high school ball for St. Ed's, where he just finished up his sophomore year. And he will chop that one towards second. Nice snag by Boykin. His throw to 1 is true for out number 2. First put out of the game for Ian Boykin. Combined between the two Fighting Irish players, 3 putouts. So a very good homecoming for both Pytash and Boykin. 2 up, 2 down, and Finn Barman, the right fielder, steps back in. Don't know if he is back out there or whatnot, but he was on his coach's hip and then disappeared. Not disappearing anymore as he lines that one into center, but it is going to be caught by Anderson. A heavy heater snagged in center, and that retires the side in order. Force Ohio dominating. End of 3 in Akron. It is the visitors up 6-0 against Release.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Time now for the call to the bullpen. Finn Barman coming out of the dugout to pitch in place of Riley Verteber. Now looking over in right field, it is going to be Ziegler out there, and that means Verteber is just going to be an AH, and that should round out the housekeeping that we need to take care of before this frame starts. But as expected, Barman will compete here in the 4th inning. 6-0 the score. 4 more runs score. Then we need to see at least 1 from Release to keep the game going. If not, the 4th inning will not be this one's last. Perkins, the lefty, steps in. So far in this game, 1 for 1, and that one big hit was a big 2 RBI double back in that explosive 2nd inning. First pitch from Barman is in the dirt for ball 1. Going back to the PBR Mid-American Classic, Barman was the championship game MVP, and he won that for a reason. But this Ohio Mancuso squad, they are really putting on a nice show. A good complete game so far. The worry was only 1 inning of offense. Would that be enough? And they have expanded their offense into a 2nd inning. And if they can do it into a 3rd, a good chance they end this one a tad early. Here comes the 3-0. It is going to miss upstairs, and it is a 4-pitch walk for Perkins to get the 4th underway. And given what happened last time, I would say that is one of the better solutions to the problem. Nathan Kimmel, the first baseman, back in. 0 for 1 today with a strikeout swinging. The rising junior at Twinsburg looking for redemption here. First pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. Looking off to our side, a lot of fans here in attendance at Skeeles Field. That is what you love to see. It might be a work day, but a lot of people making it work. The 0-1 is going to connect now. 0-2 the count. Once again, we do have some storm clouds rolling in. Hopefully they will just pass on over. The 0-2, wave and a miss, and there is out number 1. First strikeout of the day for Finn Barman. And that'll bring in Ian Boykin. Boykin, a great battle his last time up, but in the end, struck out looking. A chance for redemption in the number 11 slot. After Boykin, we go back to the top of the order with Anderson, Momoni, and Anello. The pitch from Barman, taking the opposite way, foul off of the soccer stadium. 0-1 the count. Once again, for those unfamiliar with the facilities here at Akron, off to our right, we have the soccer stadium. Behind us, off to the right, is the softball diamond. Behind us to the left is the track. And behind the track, still off to our left, is the lovely InfoCision Stadium. For our people who have been around for a while, that is the replacement stadium, not on the same location, but the replacement of the old famous Rubber Bowl. The 0-1 off the plate now, 1-1 the count. But all the facilities athletically at Akron, state-of-the-art, top-notch. I've been in the InfoCision press box before. Not my first rodeo here at Skeeles Field. All great complexes. Swing and a miss, 1-2 the count. The tag is gonna be late. And now we have a rundown between second and third. Heavy move, and there is the tag applied by Copeland. Excellent hustle between the bags. Or excuse me, that was Shepard with the tag. Either way, that's a big out. 1-2 the count on Boykin. And they are now all of a sudden 1 strike away from getting out of this inning. No damage done. And in turn, silencing this offense. And it would come at a big time if they can get it done. Barman looking for strikeout number 2 of the inning. His 1-2. Hit at the last second, foul towards the forced dugouts. And it looks like Boykin once again is going to try and fight. We've seen him do that already in this game. But once again, that result did favor Verteber and release. Here comes the 1-2. Wave and a miss, and the side is retired. Back-to-back strikeouts for Barman. He has 2 today, and the inning is over. It's the official halfway point of the game. If we play a full 7, force Ohio up 6-0 on release. This is the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Before we get back into the action, if you or someone you know is a business owner looking to sponsor broadcasts in the Cleveland or Stark County area, contact us at one of those avenues on your screen, and we would love to work out a deal with you to promote the best of your business and your brand. Thank you to the Healthy ECU Chiropractic Center and CrossFit Strongsville for sponsoring today's broadcasts. Bottom of 4 at Skeeles Field. Force Ohio up 6-0 on release, but release responds with a leadoff single. Jason Copeland, another powerful strike off to the left. He is now 2 for 2 in this game. And a good warning shot to begin as Riley Verteber steps in. 0 for 1 on the day. The lefty struck out swinging his first time up. But going back to game number 1 of the day for him, he did go yard over that right field fence. He does have our lone home run of the day. And he will take a first pitch strike right down Broadway. 0-1 the count. Once again, the clouds starting to descend once again on Skeeles Field. The pitch. Backs out Verteber slightly, now 1-1 the count. Through 3 innings of work for its 4 strikeouts, no runs allowed. Very few base runners. He has been on point this afternoon. And that is what you love to see out of your first starter in a tournament. The 1-1. Down low for ball 2. Last time we did see this squad, they did have an early game. I believe it may have been the first game in the tournament, and it was Chase Bart who got the nod. We still expect to see him at some point in this tournament, as he can be a key figure on the bump. He could also be a guy who, if they need a big performance on the mound at the end of this game to win it, we could see Bart come on out and throw. Right now, Fritz seemingly has things under control. His 2-2, Verteber, weak chip foul. Barely got a piece of it, but more of that came from the velocity of the pitch. In the on-deck circle for release baseball, it is the rising junior at EC in Knapp. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the pitch. Verteber pops it, got too much underneath it. It is in foul territory, and that is where it is going to fall. So we will see a second life for Verteber. But you can tell based on the body language out of the box, he knew he got too much underneath it. Knowing that is one thing. Making the adjustments is another. Can he make these necessary adjustments on the fly? We have to see it here if release can battle back into this game. The 2-2. It is going to miss for ball 3, and we are full. Good big league take from Verteber. Definitely a close call, but he played with that tough pitch and in the end made the right call of holding back. Frisbee for the payoff, throws back to 1, not going to be in time. 3 balls, 2 strikes the count. Once again, the payoff. Good hard line over towards short. It is caught. Throwback to 1. Not in time as it is bobbled on the transfer. What a strong out number 1 at shorts. Alex Mamoni, an excellent grab. The sheer power of Verteber makes that play incredible. But the fact that Mamoni was able to pretty much seamlessly get over there while extending the glove makes it even better. The shortstop position at CVCA is stacked, and they have no worries over there for the next couple of years. You got to see Connor McGow this past weekend, and he was, as expected, I would assume Mamoni would bump over to 3rd in that event, as he deserves to be on the diamond for sure. The 0-1 cracked up the middle, and that time it will beat Mamoni into center field. It is going to be a 1-out single for Mason Knapp. And that'll put 2 on the pond for Ryan Shepard. Still a chance here for release in this game. And as the rain starts to come down, this is a great equalizer. If both squads struggle in the rain, that could lead to a whole host of runs. And especially now with Force on defense, that puts them at a slight disadvantage. We will see how both sides are able to manage right now. Swinging a tip, 0-1. The final game of the day scheduled to get underway at 5:30. Hopefully we can get it in. Right now, it is looking like it is 8 p.m. It is dark. And once again, no lights to brighten the place up. So that is going to make it tough, as this is starting to look like that St. V's Alliance game. Just darkness. We'll see how long we can get this game to go. The goal is the entire thing. That's obviously the goal every time we step on the diamond. But given the rain, sometimes that is not all that possible. 0-1. Off now, 1-1 the count. But this is a great opportunity for both squads to battle in the rain. Make sure the fundamentals are still where they need to be. And if they are, that gives them a good chance and a good amount of confidence in other games when the rain is a great equalizer. Hard hit ball caught at second by Boykin. His throw to one in time. And it is the St. V's man at second getting the double play, retiring the side. We will watch that one back. Another hard hit ball. The middle infield putting in some extra work, and it is paying off. You will see it again. Goes up high right behind the logo, and his throw to one perfectly on point. Kimmel bobbles, but is able to recover. 4 complete here at Skeeles Field. Force Ohio firmly in the driver's seat. Up by 6 on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Four innings down, 3 more to go at Skeeles Field. Game number 4 out of 5 today on the channel. 1 more left to go after this, but the focus is on the present, especially given the rain. It has forced Ohio up big, 6-0 in this game. They have been in control from the start up until now. And with a couple of more runs, they could get a big run rule victory over Release. Hard hit ball left side. It is through, and it will be a leadoff single for Anderson. He is now 2 for 3 on the day. Last time he was in, he had a big RBI triple. But as the leadoff man, you have to start somewhere, and that is a tremendous start to this inning. An inning that could end up being the final one and the decider in this game. Now Alex Mamoni steps in, and he will take a first pitch strike on the inside edge. Mamoni had a tremendous catch at short in the bottom of the 4th inning, and his goal is to take that momentum into the 5th. He will chop it down the line at the left field area. Tough play to make at 1, and he is in there safe. Plenty of hustle from Mamoni, and that will put 2 on with nobody out. An excellent work by Mamoni hustling it out. That is going to go down as the 3rd infield single of the game for Ohio Mancuso. That is a tremendous, just random stat. But that is how it is. And now that'll bring in Anello. Anello flies that one foul. 0-1 the count. If Forest can score 2 more runs and they can blank Release in the bottom of the inning, the game would be done. And we have already seen a run rule today. The 0-1, wave and a miss, now 0-2. Game number 1 was a 13-0 big win for the Wow Factor. Game number 2, a little bit closer, 6-3 ended up being the final. Wow Factor took down Release. Game number 3 could have been a run rule, but in the end, it was a lot closer than expected. This game could potentially become one, but still TBD. Anello fouls that one back again. In the on-deck circle for Force, it is going to be Mancuso. It appears off to our right that some of the T3 players have made their way to Skeeles Field. They are by the cages, and once they see that this game is nearing its conclusion, I am sure they are going to start warming up and getting ready to go for tonight's nightcap. 0-2 fouled back again. But never a dull moment at St. V's. It looks like it's going to be a dark day once again. Keep calling it St. V's because that's what we've seen when covering here. This is technically their home diamond for high school ball. And then a great battle down to the end in game number 2. The 0-2 upstairs for ball 1. And to begin today, we had the quickest game possible this summer, 55 minutes. And that might be a record for me until I'm done doing this, as I don't know if you can beat a 55-minute game, especially in baseball. The 1-2, good crank into left field. It is down for a single. They don't want the bases loaded. They want the run, and they will get it. Kyle Anello able to get a big RBI single. Back-to-back-to-back base knocks for Force. And once again, this inning continues. This game continues. This domination continues from Force. And as well, that hit leaves 2 on with nobody out. Mancuso steps in. The run rule inducing run in scoring position, no less. Mancuso ropes it down the line, but foul. Count sits at no balls, 1 strike. But the power is truly showing from Force in this 5th inning. We've seen it all game, but they are turning it up another level in this 5th. And that is what you want to see, a statement to be made as this competition continues. Here comes the 0-1. Almost clips him as it barely misses Mancuso. 1-1 the count. In the bottom of the inning for release, it is Legato, Cotton, and Ziegler. 6, 7, and 8 hitters. Before the 1-1, Barman looks back the runner at second. Doesn't throw back, but gives more of a glare than anything. The 1-1, Mancuso takes for ball 2. Good patient approach from Mancuso. I would say the calling card of this Force squad has been their ability to go from aggressiveness to patience without skipping a beat. That has been their calling card in this game, and that is why they lead by 7. Deep fly by Mancuso into left center field, still carrying, and that one is going to one-hop the fence. And it is a foot race to get home. 2 runners within 10 feet of each other, and they both score. What a cut from Mario Mancuso. It is a 2 RBI double. Force now up by 9. Once again, we asked the question after the 2nd inning, can Force get the offense rolling in more than 1 inning? The answer, even more so now, is a resounding yes. How about this from Force Mancuso? A 9-0 lead on release. And a chance to do more as Ozinga steps in. First pitch upstairs for ball 1. 3 runs have scored this frame. And there are no outs. This is the definition of a hit parade. 4 hits in a row to begin the inning. Chopped foul by Ozinga, now 1-1 the count. Stick with us when this one goes final as we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit. Out of candidates for that award, we're not going to do the cop-out of everybody getting it again. But you kind of do feel like that everybody does deserve it. Hit down the line, foul now 1-2. But definitely a couple of big standouts, and there's one right now that is sticking out to me. Don't know if we're going to see him again in this game at the plate, but we will see him again in some capacity, I would assume. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. Off the plate, evening up the count. For release, getting the first out is their biggest priority. And they know it is going to be Barman who finishes out this game. They're not going to make another pitching change. They know this game all but done. The 2-2 breaks in for strike 3. Beautifully done by Barman. His third strikeout of the game retires Ozinga for out number 1. And as I said moments ago, they just need one to get the rest. Now Pytash steps in, looking at his track record, a single and a strikeout looking in this game. If he can go with the first option, that'll help out Force even more. First pitch from Barman misses upstairs for ball 1. Once again, one more game left to look forward to today, as it is going to be Force Ohio Crews taking on the T3 Warhawks in our nightcap. And looking at the skies, it does look like it is actually going to be a traditional nightcap. The 1-0 hits the top edge, now 1-1 the count. 2 more days of pool play left to go across Akron and some games in Canton. If you're in the area, make sure you stop on out to one of the venues and catch some of the brightest stars in OHSAA baseball. The 1-1 breaks in, now 1-2 the count. Always a fun time to be at these Division I places. We've been at Kent State a lot this summer, but like I said, always great to be here at Skeeles Field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Ground ball left side, scoops up at third. Throw across the diamond is in time for out number 2. They throw back to third, and the fact that Shepard was able to catch that ball is impressive. He was not ready for it by any means, but he prevents another run from scoring. But with 2 down, Force still has a runner 90 feet away. Gabanier 2 for 2, trying to complete the trifecta and get in one final run. One final, at this point, insurance run to solidify the run rule. Right now they have 1 extra run to spare if release is to score, but getting a second would be nice as well. First pitch is going to be inside for ball 1. And like I've said all day, the sun has come and gone, but also the wind has as well, and the wind starting to pick up again. It really does feel like a fall game. It feels like we're in September or October. I feel like the Browns should have been playing by now, should have had a couple extra football games on. That's what it feels like right now. But it is July 10th, and if there's football on right now, I'd be very concerned. The 2-0 fakes it. It's going to be 3-0, and that is going to make it a 10-0 ball game on the pass ball. Mancuso comes around to score, and that will pretty much end his tremendous day. Not in the field, but at the plate he has been great, and unless he comes in defensively as a substitution, he can hang his helmet on this one. Great spot for Gabanier to walk here, 3-0. After the DH, it goes to Zach Schobert. The pitch from Barman, chopped foul off the catcher's helmet. Kind of a painful one there. Releases coach is going to go check on his catcher, as he should there. An upward ricochet. It appears to be all smiles, which is always a good sign. You'd hate to see some injuries. We did see Anderson Mounts go down in the last game. Once again, wishing our best to him, as that was a scary-looking injury. He was able to walk off with some help, which is always a good sign, but just the collision itself, the kind of danger that it presented, it was a tough one. That one is going to be on the outside edge for strike 3, and the side is retired. Going back to that check swing, I guess they said he did break the plane. Either way, the inning is over, and Barman gets his 4th and final strikeout of the day. Release needs 3 to keep the game going, but as of right now, this is Force Ohio's game, and Force Mancuso 3 outs away from getting a massive first victory to open up their time at the Zips Invite. Middle of 5 in the heart of Akron. It is Force up by double figures on SmeeSports.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
Force Ohio Mancuso 3 outs away from confirming one of their best performances of the season. They have been great in this game. They have exceeded all expectations. And if they can get this 10-0 victory, then man, they have earned it. They have been a fun team to watch today. And I'm sure as this tournament progresses, a team that kind of flew under the radar, but a group that can definitely become a finalist and a group that definitely has the ability to win this competition. Legato fouls that one back. Now 0-2 the count. But Force Mancuso 25-1. They do this. This is just what they do. But to do it against a squad like Release, truly tremendous. The 0-2. Ground ball chopped to the left side. Picked up at third. A slight stumble. Throw to one, not in time. And the leadoff man is aboard. Excellent hustle by Legato down the line to reach. But Force Ohio is 3 outs away from getting what will become win number 21 of the season. This game has been one of, I would say, the surprises so far of the summer. You can kind of predict games heading in. Okay, what do you think is going to happen? This is one that you put down and say, okay, we're going to play one of the closer games in this whole tournament. But Force Mancuso, they had other plans. No balls, 2 strikes, the count on Cotton. Off the dish for ball 1. But now you see why this squad bears the Nike designation. They have that in their back pocket. It's not for show. It's because that is how good they play. Fritz is 1-2. Misses in the dirt. After Cotton, it's Ziegler, then Losi. Fritz already with 4 strikeouts in this game. Goes for the 5th. Instead, he forces a fly ball into shallow right field. Boykin calls off his right fielder, and he has it for out number 1. Not quite for out number 2, as the throw back to 1 just missed. But an excellent effort by Boykin to even try that. Kind of surprised to see it, but then again, the aggressiveness of this squad, even though they are well on track to getting this win, is commendable. They have really given it their all today, and they deserve this win. And if they can get the shutout, then they have that extra advantage on the wow factor for the time being, as the wow factor has allowed 3 runs, and that is the decider opposed to run differential. 0 is less than 3, but albeit in 1 less game. The 0-1 in there now, 0-2. But I wouldn't be surprised that we would see this be the championship of Force and that squad. But still 2 more to take a look at, and then we can really give some opinions. 0-2 on the outside edge. It hits for out number 2. Strikeout number 5 today from Henry Fritz. And Force Ohio can sound their final countdown. Still 1 more Force team left to play today. But Mancuso, they are putting Force in a good spot to go 2-0 on the day. First pitch is in there for strike 1. It is Losi, the rising junior at Rocky River, trying to keep the game going for Release. The 0-1 is in there now, 0-2. Release baseball down to their final strike. Force Mancuso on the verge of a great victory. Runner goes, 0-2, it's low. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. Good effort from Ozinga behind the dish, but that'll be a stolen base for Legato. And knowing his speed, no surprise there. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count. Fritz tries it again. Fouled away. And even more so, as we look at the wide angle, it looks like it's fall. Kind of an interesting feeling around this game. We've had so many hot, sunny days, but now it feels like we've been transported to autumn. The 1-2, once again, line foul, and that one almost hit somebody off to the side by T3. You can hear an audible and loud, albeit, oh, from up here. And that came from the uncovered area. Glad to see everybody is okay. The 1-2. That time, a less caustic result as it misses off the plate. Count now 2-2. One final reminder, after our final commercial break, we will announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. A lot of good candidates. We will see who ends up getting it. But a first time call by Losi. If the center fielder, or excuse me, the left fielder gets on, it goes to the center fielder in Will Addington. Addington, just like Losi, 0 for 1 today. And Fritz, he is going to step off as well. Ozinga and him kind of splitting hairs on what this final pitch potentially should be. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch. It is going to miss. Force thought it was done. One of their coaches started walking out to the handshake line, but he is immediately sent back. Count now full on Losi. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Fritz's payoff. Another hard hit liner right towards T3. Don't know if there's some built-up animosity between the grouping and him, but clearly something's up there. Unfortunately, we do not have the answer, and the answer most likely is it's unfortunate. Payoff again from Fritz. It is on the outer edge, strike 3 looking, and that is the ball game done and over with. Strikeout number 6 from Fritz, and he confirms the 10-0 victory. Domination from Force Ohio. They were tremendous in this game. Very few runners got on, and they made a statement. The wow factor has some competition in this tournament. Force Mancuso now 21-5-1 on the year. They improved to 1-0 at the Zips invite. 10-0 your final. One final commercial break. Then we will be back on to announce our player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville.
Experiencing pain of any kind? Call a timeout and stop by the Healthiest You Chiropractic Center. There, Dr. Max or Dr. Stephanie will provide a top-tier adjustment. Then you'll unwind in their therapy room. Visit their website at www.thychiro.com or call 440-238-3338 and book an appointment today. The Healthiest You Chiropractic Center, keeping Strongsville pain-free since 2013. Looking to get in shape and join a great community? Look no further than CrossFit Strongsville. We offer classes taught by our amazing staff of coaches. If going solo is more your speed, stop in for our open gym hours. Visit our website at CrossFitStrongsville.com to learn more and view our schedule. Visit our new location at 12608 Alameda Drive in Strongsville. Strongsville CrossFit, you're worth it. You deserve to be healthier and happier.
What a showing from Force Mancuso. 10-0 your final in game number 4 of 5 today. It is the group that is now 21-5-1, getting the victory over a very talented Release baseball squad. Your player of the game presented by CrossFit Strongsville. It goes to Kyle Anello. A double, a single, and another single. Double came with nothing added on, but the single came with a stolen base, and the second single with an RBI. He was a true do-it-all player, very consistent at the top of the order. That is important. Consistency is everything. He went 3 for 3 today. He is a big reason why Force won, and he will walk out of here with player of the game honors for his troubles. Kyle Anello and company looking dangerous, and if I were a betting man, I think you would see them and the wow factor in the championship game on Sunday. Those two groups today have looked unstoppable. Put them together, I think you have the makings for an instant classic here at a great Division I facility. To stay up to date on all the games that we are covering, follow SmeeSports on Instagram and SmeeFest2024 on Twitter. As well, subscribe to the SmeeSports YouTube channel. Enable push notifications to be notified when we upload or go live. Our goal is to reach 4,500 subscribers by the end of this calendar year. So if you are new, go down below and subscribe. It has zero cost associated with it, but it greatly helps out our efforts here at SmeeSports. Now, if you do want to help out in a monetary fashion, you have two options. One, you can become a broadcast sponsor. The information is on your screen on how to contact us. You can also become social media sponsor, website sponsor, which our website is SmeeSports.com, which leads into our second way that you can monetarily help us out. You can go to our website, SmeeSports.com, and leave a donation under the donation tab. All proceeds go into helping these broadcasts run, which it takes a lot more than you think with travel, equipment maintenance, the works. On top of that, SmeeSports is not just SmeeSports YouTube. It is SmeeSports LLC. We are a business, month number 3 of operation officially. So outside of just the YouTube, we have the full family of SmeeSports social media platforms and the business. All of that needs funding to run. Anything you're willing to give, we do appreciate. We serve the Cleveland and Stark County area. This year, we are adding on Minerva as an official partner. Looking forward to that deal, and we've done a lot of great deals over this year. And as well, that information also on your screen does convey, if you want to contact us to do a game of yours, there is a cost to it, but we can try and work something out. There are a couple of things that we need on our end, such as rosters, which is, I would say, the easier of the things, but power, Wi-Fi, and cover are the 3 main things. Especially in the heat of the summer, it is tough without cover to do these games. We are here in the Skeeles Field press box. All of that thanks to Akron University for allowing us to use the box that allows us to do these games. Usually we just do 2 games on Thursday, but taking Friday and Saturday off to relax and unwind. Tomorrow is my parents' anniversary, so I will be spending the first half of the day with them. Thus, no games. That is why I'm doing the 5 today. So happy anniversary to Mom and Dad. Hopefully they're both listening. Good chance one of them is off doing something else, but I won't know until I get the text in around 5 minutes or a little bit less than then from now. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But once again, we thank you all for the support. It has been great this year. This summer has been tremendous, but still a lot left to go. And a lot left to go tonight. One more game as it looks like we are about to reach nightfall here in Akron. It is Force Ohio Crews taking on the T3 Warhawks. 5:30 estimated first pitch, so hang tight for that. That will do it, though, for our 4th broadcast of the day. It is Force Ohio Mancuso getting the job done. 10-0 your final over Release Baseball. I am Nathan Smee saying farewell for now from Skeeles Field, and we will see you again in a few moments. This has been the 2025 Zips Invite on SmeeSports in partnership with the 965 Midwest Challenge. Thank you all for tuning in, and we will see you next time.